Today, I'm breaking down the major flaws in a listing at 32 Galleon Street, Marina del Rey, California, 90292, and how to fix it. First, let's break down what went wrong with the photos, and then we'll get into how weak positioning is going to drag this listing down. 32 Galleon Street in Marina del Rey was listed on July 8th. It's been about 21 days on the market, and I can already tell you why this property isn't getting more traction. The photos are doing damage, and the positioning is off. The main asset, which is the one thing that actually sets this place apart, it's buried instead of being front and center. So the first thing I saw when I pulled up the photos are they're harshly overexposed with contrast way too highly dialed up. That really kills the warmth of the space and makes the floors, which are actually a nice espresso, look jet black and uninviting. It washes out the tone of the space. The first listing photo is the living room with very bad framing. You've got this black TV that juts into the frame like a dark anchor. I would have definitely angled the shot more to the right, showing the entry hallway instead of the side of the TV. That first photo is a terrible way to lead in 2025 with buyers swiping through Zillow like a social feed. If your first image doesn't hit, you're done. The next photo is just as bad. You've got same exposure issues and the staging is uninspiring. You've got a massive lamp dominating the space when it should have been moved. And there's no dining table setup. It needs to have 6 full place settings and some decorations in the middle. This is basic design prep that could have been resolved with just a little bit of intentionality from a staging designer that I would have engaged to supplement the space, introduce color, add art or texture. I mean, nothing crazy, but it makes a world of difference in the presentation. Then here we are in the third photo, and we finally get to the thing that really should be selling this home. It's the rooftop terrace. But even that's compromised here. The angle is wrong and the concrete wall steals 40% of this frame. It really misrepresents what you actually experience when standing out there, which is a clean, straight-on sweeping ocean view. That really should have been the money shot. Look, photo after photo here shows a pattern. They're all taken at the worst time of day. You've got harsh midday sun, no light, control of lighting or color tones. There's no golden hour warmth. There's no emotional tone. And these were all taken, around 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it really shows. You've got this aquarium in the living room, which really should be a showstopper, but it looks like a dead zone. It's a 250-gallon saltwater tank with exotic fish, but because the lights are off, it just looks like this shadowy reptile terrarium. And that's a complete waste of a hero feature. All right, next up, we have the kitchen shots, and they again look washed out. You've got warm gray cabinets that photograph as white, but you really can't see any of the intricate detail in the tile backsplash, which just looks like a reflected black void. Glare bounces off of everything. Basic visual clutter issues like a cheap coffee maker and microwave sitting in the shot, and none of the lighting is staged properly. You could have thrown in some really cheap battery-operated under cabinet lighting, puck lights in the display cabinets, and added a couple pops of teal or ocean blue glass bowls on the island. Maybe even taken out 2 stools on the sink side for cleaner lines. Really, a simple styling job could have shifted the entire feel of this kitchen. All right, so next up, the powder room is also disappointing too. It's a moody space, and I think it should have been shot moody with dimmer light, possibly adding elegant hand towel placements, a trio of candles, perhaps an off-white ceramic geometric shaped wastebasket to break up the monotony. Instead, it's really overexposed like an operating table. The vibe is totally off. The master bedroom and bath are also mishandled. You've got a bedroom that feels cold and sterile. It's shot at the wrong time of day. There's no warmth, which is a real downer for a master retreat. The bathroom photos are also badly framed with this front-on shot really highlighting nothing in particular. And the mirror shows distracting reflections in an oddly shaped placed side table in front of the toilet. I'm not really sure what that's for. I mean, unless you're having coffee on the toilet. The bathroom now shows clashing tones because of exposure issues. You've got brown tiles, gray walls with washed out white areas because of overexposure. This blush purple bedding and jet black floors all fighting against each other. Again, this really could have been fixed with better light timing and just smarter, better composition. Even something simple like cropping out the bedroom and adding a teak shower bench or spa bath tray with candles and salts would have really added some livability and a nice scent to the space too. All right, so now we're hitting on photo 14. This is a hallway shot with the washer and dryer taking up half the frame. I would have cut that entirely. I think I would have wanted an angled shot of the glass staircases instead, which are actually a visual asset. Now we're moving on to photos 15 and 16. You've got more bedrooms, more baths, and these still suffer from the same overexposure and understaging. Adding functional items like towels or bath spas accessories to the bathroom really would have made a big difference. Instead, these rooms feel sterile. All right, so finally here we're getting to photo 17 of 24. And this is the part that should have been photos 1, 2, and 3. This is the ocean facing, rooftop terrace, which is the crown jewel of the property. But it's really buried. It's poorly staged, it's poorly framed, it's zoomed out too wide. It's not focusing in on the things that really matter, that's gonna really create these moments for people in their mind and their emotions. Instead of this killer view, you've got this photo focused on an office desk, an IKEA filing cabinet, and a printer, which totally misses the emotional mark. Look, I'm just gonna crop this tighter to show you how effective framing can be. Just to show the liquor shelf, the kitchenette, and the money shot, and boom. Look, now you've got a wow, I've got to have it moment. All right, so finally we've got another shot with the doors closed. This drives me crazy because these doors should never be closed in any shot. We're also missing probably a minimum of 4 key shots that would all be stunning taken at sunset. Possibly a close-in aerial hovering just above the roof, showing the entirety of the rooftop space with the ocean in the back. Another, on the flip side, a tight close-in aerial from the ocean side facing the rooftop, showing the entirety of the space. And a straight-on wide-angle shot of the entire space standing just inside of the doors. All of these with the fire pit lit, a wine bottle, possibly a pair of glasses, perhaps a charcuterie plate, more pillows and cozy blankets draped all over the sofas to make you wish you could spend the entire evening there. And that you really got to have that amazing full center stage ocean view from that oversized rooftop terrace on full display. This home also deserves a lifestyle hype video. You got to hire a couple LA models and film them waking up, taking their coffee on the rooftop, then walking out to the beach for a walk, cutting to them biking down the boardwalk, then cutting to them dressed up and having a few drinks at a local bar, and then heading back and cozying up underneath the blankets on those sofas while the sun sets on the rooftop, because it's frankly one of the best spots in town. And you can back that video on social media with $1,000 in paid ads, and you're really going to get tremendous exposure. Instead, you've got this home being positioned as a 1,600 square foot, 2-bedroom, 3-bath townhome with more attention paid to the interior space than the rooftops estimated. I would guess 400 to 450 square feet of fully private front row ocean-facing outdoor space. There's no mention of the actual size, which is what buyers will pay a premium for. This rooftop could probably add $400,000 to $500,000 in perceived value, but only if you make the right people see it, and right now they don't. The remaining aerial photos are repetitive, with a few showing a red pin and then the same photo without a pin. And the final photo should have been taken at sunset with the golden hour light showing the palm silhouettes setting, with the setting sun casting an orange glow across the soft sky. All right, let's move on to the listing description. Nowhere in the first 3/4 of the description does it highlight the rooftop, the square footage of the outdoor space, or the rare front-facing ocean orientation. That's got to be the lead. Instead, it starts with generic marketing fluff that speaks to no one in particular. This fully remodeled townhome in the heart of Marina del Rey offers the ultimate blend of coastal living and modern design, followed by highlighting wide plank flooring and the space feeling airy and bright. Look, if that's the competitive angle, this home is going to get outclassed by others in this price point. The rooftop terrace is the whole reason for the price, but it shows up 3/4 of the way down the description. Gotta tell you, most buyers aren't even gonna skim that far. I would have led with the scarcity, quantify the value, and drop the emotional hook right off the bat. Something like, you won't find another 450 square foot private rooftop terrace with direct sweeping ocean views just 2 blocks from the sand. I really want to get you guys feedback here, so drop a comment below and tell me which description you would prefer if this was your home. After 21 days on the market, the listing has, I think, about 129 views and 8 saves. And that is pretty weak. And it's because the home is being marketed for its interior, when the interior is the weakest part of the value proposition. The terrace is the real differentiator, the emotional hook, the lifestyle magnet, the scarce asset. But the listing buries it in weak photos and weak copywriting. At this price point, and any price point, frankly, that's unacceptable to generate a good outcome. I searched all current and recently sold listings from the last several years. The property really has something special, something rare, but you would never know it from the way it's presented. The positioning and the marketing behind the home is all wrong, and that's highly damaging to the outcome of the sale. Here's the key takeaway. To get the best result when selling a home, we as the agent really need to control the narrative and the whole process. How the home looks, what time of day it's shot, whether you got a video or drone, and also how it's positioned on the market. We also need to think hard about how the home compares to others that are currently in the market and have recently sold. And if you've got a scarce asset like you do in this property with the front row ocean view terrace, that really needs to be shown up front and not buried in distracting details. It all comes down to this. You've got to identify and know who the right buyer avatar is and speak directly to them. Create a story and present the property that creates an emotional connection. And that is how you achieve the best outcomes. If you're thinking about buying or selling and want real strategy and clarity like this, please reach out. My name is Larry Cho, and my contact is in the description below. I'm never too busy to chat.